Here we're given a model AN equals 1800 N plus 64,130 that describes yearly adult residential community costs in years after 2013. And we want to answer how much it would cost for the adult residential community for a 10-year period beginning in 2014. So because we're wanting the cost for a 10-year period, and this formula or this model describes just the yearly cost, we would need to add up all the costs for each of those 10 years. And so starting in 2014 would be 1 year after 2013. So we would want to add up A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on up to A10, the 10th year after our period began. And so we want to add up the first 10 terms of this sequence. So this is a summation problem. Because this is an arithmetic sequence, we can use the formula for the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence given by Sn equals n times a1 plus an over 2. The way that you can verify that this is an arithmetic sequence is just by plugging in a 1 for n, and then a 2, and then a 3, and just seeing if you can identify a pattern. The pattern you would find is that to get from one term to the next, you'd be adding 1,800. And so anytime you get from one term to the next in a sequence by adding the same number, that is an arithmetic sequence. So the sum we're looking for specifically is that we want to add up the first 10 terms of this sequence. And so our n is 10, and then a1, that's the first term, and we don't necessarily have that listed here, so we need to figure that out using that formula. So we need to figure out a1, which based on the formula is 1800 times 1 plus 64,130. So 1800 times 1 would just be 1800. And so that comes out to 65,930. So that's our A1. And then AN, well, our N is 10, and so this is A10. That's the 10th term of the sequence, which again we do not have listed out up there, so we need to figure that out using our formula. So A10 is 1800 times 10 plus 64,130. 1800 times 10 would be 18,000 plus 64,130. And that comes out to 82,130. And so that's our A10, or our 10th term, which is our last term in our summation. So we're going to take all that and divide it by 2. So that's 10 times, that addition would come out to 148,060 divided by 2. And that all comes out to 740,300. So that's how much it would cost for that 10-year period for this residential community.